Welcome everyone to episode 24 of United City Randomiser. You'll remember that last game that we played was the dreadful result of 7-3 against us for Bayern Munich. They were just far superior to us, and it really demonstrated to us really where we currently are. We're not quite as good, I don't think, as our current league position would make out. We'll talk about the league position in a minute. You can see that since then, we've had 2 draws and a win, which is good, you know, in the sense of we didn't go on a losing run or anything like that. People have played okay in bits. We were a little bit fortunate to get the 1-0 win. We scored early, but then they dominated the game, bizarrely. And the 2 draws, well, yeah, you know, it was disappointing. We struggled here and there. But, you know, we got 5 points from the 3 games, so that's not too bad. We are still up in the European spots. Today we've got Leipzig, who are sitting in 3rd. You can see that if we go back, that we are sitting in 4th. So it's a real top of the table clash, trying to get the points needed to really stick the European spots. But look at this chasing pack just outside. Schalke, Bayer Leverkusen, who were last season's champions, and Borussia Dortmund, all just sitting outside of those European spots. So there's still some way to go, I think, in terms of, you know, just securing our position in there for next season, which would be remarkable. It's far exceeded what I expected from us. But yes, as I say, last episode was a real eye-opener in terms of the gap between us and some of the big boys when they show up. Having said that, I mean, we scored 3 goals, but look, we let in 7, so, you know, what can you do? A couple of bits of housekeeping then, just before we move into today's game. Lucas Silva, unfortunately, is out with a hip injury, and he's basically out for the rest of the season. There's about a month or so left on the season. He's out for 2 or 3. So he's gone for the rest of the season, which is unfortunate. It just upsets the balance of our side a little bit. You can see that our balance is diminished down to minus 2 million plus nearly 3 million. That's okay. You know, anybody playing Football Manager will know at this point in the season that's all right, because if we specifically finish in the Europeans, we're going to get a load of prize money just for finishing there, and it will bump it way back up again, and then we'll be all right. I'm a little disappointed that because of that, though, we've lost our transfer revenue that's made from our sales, so we might need to get that up and change that before we start selling any players, potentially, just to help us with that, if that's possible. Other than that, you know, everybody else is fit other than Cruiser. Our right back has just picked up a knock and is coming back from that, so he won't play today. So you can see a couple of changes in the team. Most people are happy. If we go into the Dynamics page, that's not the Dynamics page, for goodness sake. That's the Dynamics page. So you can see everything's pretty good. I mean, the 2 unhappy players, he's going to be leaving probably at some point just because he's unhappy. Sergio Aguza. It's a shame. I think he's played a decent number of games. David Searsleben is the one, you know, we'll go in and have a look at these 2 just to show you. His determination of 5 has just held him back. He's not developed as much as I would have liked. We've had him for like 2 or 3 seasons, and he's just not moving forward because of his lack of determination, and he's got a bit of an attitude on him as well. So yeah, that's unfortunate, a homegrown player, but we're having to move him on. His contract's run out, so I decided not to bother with him, so he's moving on. And Sergio Aguza, let's go and see how many. He's played 13. I guess that's not quite enough, but his ratings weren't high enough. He wasn't playing well enough when he was given the chance. And you can see he lacks physicals specifically, really. But, you know, he was a decent enough backup. Whether we keep hold of him or not depends on what else we can find in the transfer market. But those 2 are the unhappy ones. Other than that, everybody else is fine. We can see, you know, as I say, league position is really solid at this point. The only other thing I would say is that Michy Batshuayi is our top goal scorer on 9 goals, and we're in April. That's not good enough. I still haven't found a decent proper goal scorer. The guys that I've had on loan contribute well to the team play. Other people contribute to goals as well, but I still would really love to find at least a 15 plus goal a season striker, if not a bit more than that. So we'll keep an eye out for that in the summer as well. So yeah, you know, all in all, we're in a fantastic place. Got a couple of injuries, Financially is down a bit, but it will be back up again when we've finished this season. And today we play Leipzig in a top of the table clash. So let's see what happens. So here's the team for today. You can see that Kruse is on the bench. He's just come back from a knock, as I mentioned. So he needs a bit of match time. So I'll probably bring him on late in the game just to give him a few minutes, unless Klunter's playing out of his skin or anything, but we'll see. Other than that, and Burnich is in for Silva. The rest of the side is as you would expect it to be. There's no major changes on the bench either particularly. Everybody is pretty healthy at this point in the season, which is good. Couple of people on potential yellow card suspensions if they pick up another one, but that's par for the course. Because we're at home, even against the top side today, I thought we'd go for our controlled possession. We'll try and control the game at home, pass the ball and keep the ball and see if we can unlock them that way. But obviously we've got options if that's not quite working. So let's get through to the team talk. So you can see Leipzig are playing quite an interesting formation. It's not one that we particularly see very regularly in the Bundesliga, but they're playing 3 central defenders, a couple of wing-backs, a couple of central midfielders, an attacking midfielder and 2 strikers. So that's going to create an interesting balance in terms of where the space is around the pitch. So something to look out for as we go into the game. So we'll go through to the team talk. We're at home. We've been on an okay run of form. I'm going to encourage them though, passionately say, let's go say, give assertively what changes there. That's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to try and G them up. The recent form standings suggest that Leipzig in 9th place while we're in 13th. It's time to start improving. Didn't really do much, did it? So we'll go in and passionately suggest that we've got faith in each of them, just to finish off the team talk. Hopefully that will improve the motivation, and it has a bit, which is positive. So we'll end the team talk there and we'll go and kick off and check out where the space is on the pitch as the two sides settle into their routines and patterns of play. Here we go, right down the right hand side. Klunter on the right hand side. Did he get a foul? No, he lost the ball, I think, there. Did he get a foul? Yeah, I think he did get fouled. Okay, well, good driving run from Klunter down the right. That's positive, considering he's come in for Kruse today. So, yeah, decent opportunity for a first real run at them, but it didn't come to anything. I'm surprised that we're playing our controlled possession, but we're still not having too much of the possession stats. We're lower than Leipzig. That's probably about formation and their style of play as well, but still a bit disappointing at home. Might have to change to a slightly different system if we're not going to really get that possession stat up. They come in, oh dear me, you don't even get a chance to talk before the ball's in the back of the net, really. Their free kick came in. I think they won the knock-on in the first instance, and sort of further back to the far post, somebody came and tapped it in, and that was it. Really simple goal and really disappointing. Apparently it was video reviewed, but no problems with it. You can see we missed the header there. That was Klunter, I think, missed the header, unfortunately, and it found its way at the back post. No offsides, apparently, although the bloke at the far post seemed to be a little bit in the first instance, I thought, but there we are, that's fine. We've already picked up a couple of yellow cards as well. This could be an interesting game moving forward. It's not going to be easy with Leipzig in better form than we are, and being a well-recognised club in the Bundesliga. So, yeah, this is not going particularly well. 45 minutes gone and coming up to half-time, and it's been really dull. That's why I haven't spoken much about that particular period of play. We had that one highlight towards the start of the game where they got their goal from. Sorry, my mind went blank for a second. And then from that point onwards, it was a nothing game. People picked up some yellow cards. You can see we haven't even had a shot on goal. So we're now changing our style of play for the second half. We're going to go much more attacking on them. We're going to use our wide wide play structure because we're the home side. So so I'm going to assertively tell them. No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's the one. Passionately, look. You know as well as I do, the first half wasn't good enough. Show them what you're all about in the second half. And it did not a lot, really, which is really disappointing when they don't respond to the fact that they know they've been playing so poorly. But there we go. Go into the tactics, and we will change to our wide style of play, more attacking. So that'll sort itself out. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, into the second half we go, and let's see if we can stamp some form of authority on the game, considering it's our home game, and we shouldn't be outdone by anybody really in terms of possession stats when we're playing our controlled possession game, but we were in the first half. So yeah, here we go for a highlight for them though, straight off the kickoff. Eventually we pick it up, clear it, but it goes straight back to them, and they were going to build again, but obviously it led to nothing, so we've lost that highlight. Can we at least get some shots on goal? It would be nice. There's the first one. That's a start, I guess, even though it didn't go on target. See, yeah, it's just really poor, isn't it? It's going to be one of those nothingy games. They're going to hold on to what they've got. Timo Werner up front seems to be losing some fitness, so they're going to have to change them. You can see the difference in fitness in terms of how well we've been able to rotate our side through the season here and there, and they're really struggling a bit for their fitness. So as the game goes into the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe we can get something from that. We're going to have to go in and change a few bits, I think. So as I said I will bring Cruiser on. I'm going to take off El Neni because he's picked up a yellow card. Don't want too many yellow cards on the pitch. And then we need to change something up front because it's not working, so we'll bring Barbosa on as well and see whether those changes can make any sort of difference in terms of the last 20 minutes of the game. Still really disappointing in terms of, look, we've only had one shot on goal. I wonder if we can do anything about that. Here we go for our highlight. We're working down our right-hand side. Hahn with the ball into Lewis. Back to Hahn, and Cruiser is now there. We're playing nice in that triangle, and far post is Dilrosun. Brilliant. That was some really steady play in this section of the pitch here for the three guys in their triangle, which is bizarre considering that, you know, we were playing a controlled possession style earlier and we couldn't keep possession then. But now we're playing our wide play, then we can apparently. But yeah, decent movement around for the ball, decent cross in onto the far post, and Dilrosun at the far post comes and gets the goal, which is 1-1, and that's, you know, that's much better. That's what we're looking for. Can we go and push them even further, considering how low their conditioning is at this point? Can we find that last-minute winner maybe and dramatically take the points off them? I think a draw against Leipzig isn't a bad result, as we've talked a little bit fairly recently about where our standing is currently in the league. I think that's a decent result, but it was still a bit of a disappointing performance. We got a few more shots on goal. One last opportunity. No, Heiss with the throw-in, but the final whistle goes. And there you go, 1-1 draw. It wasn't terrible in the end, but it was a bit of a nothingy game. Specifically, second half of the first half was just really poor. They want the assistant wants to say I'm disappointed. I don't think I will. I just don't think I'll comment particularly. I'll just leave them to ponder that one really. It was all right. So what's that done? Well, we're the first to play this weekend, so there are a couple of teams below us that could close the gap on us, which is a bit disappointing if they get some wins, but that's just the way it is at the moment. We rescued a late draw apparently. So yeah, there you go. Episode 24 of United City Randomiser done. What we're going to do for the rest of the games that we've got is we're going to come back quite regularly. We're going to play, I think we're going to play Dortmund and Wolfsburg and Werder Bremen individually in episodes, just to get through to the end of the season and just see quite how that impacts our position as we go. So yeah, still a couple more episodes to go this season, just as we try and fight for our European spot. The pack are closing in. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, I'll see you in a couple of games time for Dortmund. Bye for now. Thanks very much for watching this episode of the United City Randomiser Save. If you enjoyed the video, then why not click on the like button, as that would really help me. If you think you know anyone who would really enjoy my Football Manager content, then feel free to share this with them. But most importantly, if you would like to join my United City here on YouTube, then hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my video releases. If you have anything you want to say about the United City save or the channel itself, then feel free to leave a comment below, but please try and be nice with each other. That'll do for today, so until next time, stay happy and healthy, and I will see you soon.